What is going on, my salty home gymmers? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the GMWD DD07 Leg Press Hack Squat Machine. If you're a home gymmer and you've never heard of the GMWD brand, you might be living under a rock, because GMWD has been pretty much everywhere in the budget home gym conversation. They have an ever-expanding library of home gym equipment on their website and home gym equipment on Amazon. One of these Amazon machines sits before me, and it is a compact budget leg press hack squat combo. And I say budget compact because there's a lot of different categories when it comes to leg presses. And if we want to exclude the commercial category, which is a whole different beast because we're a home gym channel after all, there's a few home gym categories we could talk about in the conversation of leg presses. And I could pretty much categorize it by your large home gym leg presses, your large hack squat leg press combos, your compact budget leg press hack squat combos, and then your super budget category would pretty much include your weird vertical leg presses or sliding hack squat style leg presses, things of that nature. But it's these two categories that matter today, and that is your leg press hack squat combos. And one of the ones that I would place in the budget compact category here is the DD07, which has a super tiny footprint and is a really decent option for those people with not a lot of space. Now, those measurements on the screen are the measurements provided by the Amazon website, and I find them to be pretty accurate except for the width, because from the end of that plate horn to the end of this plate horn, my measurements are a little over 54 inches wide. Now on there it says 47, so I said to myself, maybe the 47 inches is a measurement without these plate horns sticking out, but no cigar there, because I do believe your base here is roughly somewhere about 34 inches. The next spec, that's tough to say. The next specification that I want to bring up is the weight of this machine, which is listed as 385 pounds, which is a pretty darn good weight for one of these compact models. And why does that matter, you might ask? You kind of want your machines to be a little on the heavy side. I always say the harder it is for me to get boxes into my basement, the better machine I'm about to receive. But do I find this item weight accurate? I do. It is a pretty heavy machine. I am able to, kind of lean it over and play with it a little bit. I think that's just because I'm doing it at an angle here. This is definitely heavy for a compact machine, but not really heavy for a leg press. But even though it's not the heaviest thing in the world, it does have a good structure. When I use it, I feel that all my parts are nice and condensed and solid and have a good core structure. And I do feel like I have a stable machine. But that's going to lead me to talk about my next specification, and that is the weight capacity. I just wanted to say, if you've followed the channel for a while, you guys know that I don't really get into weight capacity that much. And it's not because I don't care about it, but because every home gym company's weight capacity and what they advertise is just all over the place. And I just don't hold a lot of stock in them. GMWD's weight capacity for this machine is 1,000 pounds, which is a pretty darn good weight capacity. But the trouble is, like most compact leg press hack squats for the home gym, it is a little bit of a plate eater. And that is because your sliding mechanism or your plate or whatever you'd like to call it, this guy here is typically a little on the lighter side and doesn't have any weight to it itself. However, I will say, in GMWD's defense, which it's really not a problem, it's really just something you should expect when you buy a compact machine like this. Even though it is a plate eater, it's not as big of a plate eater as its competitors. So what I have on here is about 440 pounds. And as you can see with this machine, if you are a heavier lifter, you're gonna have to go ahead and get yourself something other than what I usually keep around here, which is bumper plates. You wanna go get some of those Steelies, some of those barbell standards, things like that, to take up a lot less room on your bar. Now I wanna stop here because we are diving into our weight capacity a little bit here. I wanna talk about our plate horns a little more, because there's two things that I have concerns about on this machine. One of them is the plate horns, and one of them is the plate. So my plate horn concern is that these guys extend a little bit wide. And as you can see, the plate kind of has a wide stopping point. My concern is with the support when you put all of this weight outside of this wide bar here. You'll be happy to know that I did play around with this machine and tested some things out before I shot this video, and I did leave these plates on the outside of this plate horn for about 3 days, and there wasn't any gradual bending or anything like that I could see. However, I would recommend you not do that when you receive your machine, but I just did it just to test. And another thing I'm going to recommend you not do is stand on the end of it like this, so we can bounce up and down, and we can test about how much pressure we can put on the outside of this machine. Oh, whew, okay. So I am just going to check out our bar. and just see if we've had anything affect it, and it looks like not. Doesn't appear that we've done any damage to it. So my fears there, I'm starting to be pretty comfortable with. It is able to take some of my initial damage. You know, I can't tell you about long term, but it does seem to hold up here, which makes me happy. Now, let's talk about my other concern here, which is this plate. So at first, the only thing I thought holding your leg press plate in was this little pin here. But thank goodness I was wrong. There is some support here in the back. Honestly, the more I thought about it, how else can you make a hack squat combo with a leg press other than a plate that folds like this and is held in with a locking pin? I suppose you could have another locking pin on the other side, but it would be kind of a pain to release both at the same time. I think back to all the other hack squat leg press combos for the home gym that we have reviewed on this channel, and we've done quite a few of them. The more I thought to myself, I really don't think I've ever seen a hack squat leg press combo whose main pressure bearer of the weight on their machine isn't one of these steel locking pins. So even though it glares at me a little more in this machine, I don't think it glares enough for me to have heavy concerns about. I did want to point those two things out. I did want to test those two things out and try to create a little bit of logic on whether or not they're an issue. Now let us talk about the most important thing of this video, the functionality of this machine. Does this machine feel good to use? That's really important, isn't it? So fresh off the weight capacity discussion, I told you that these compact machines are probably going to have a little bit less of a weight capacity than those larger machines, or at least I think I did. If I didn't, I should have. However, there is one trend that I have been seeing with these larger leg press hack squat combos for the home gym that I have not been liking at all. And it's one thing that these compact models have over those larger machines, and that is the linear bearing. And what I mean by that is, you see these guide rods here? So there's two methods that a leg press hack squat combo rolls up and down these guide rods on a home gym style machine like this. The option I see more on the compact models is the linear bearing, which is basically a tube with a lot of little pins in there. The guide rod goes down through it and it slides up and down that guide rod linear style. I can never explain this without just having the worst imagery presented. I'm sorry. And the other one that I've been seeing, that I've been preaching about, because if you see my other videos, you know I've been preaching about this, is the rollers. Basically a set of wheels that sit on the outside of the guide rod, and they roll up and down the guide rod. I don't know why that's a trend with the larger machines, but I can tell you 110% that the thing that these compact models have over the larger machines is the linear bearing. I so much prefer the linear bearing. It is so much smoother than those rollers. Rollers to me tend to make a lot of noise, require more oil. They're never quite stable in the starting position, and they make it a lot harder to do one leg exercises. The linear bearing on these compact models and on this model from GMWD operates on a linear bearing, and I gotta tell you, it just operates so smooth. It's great for pretty much whatever you want to do on it. If you want to do one-legged exercises on it, it is fantastic. And it's also got a smooth starting position. I'm gonna be honest with you here, I just don't have a lot of complaints about the functionality of this machine because I'm gonna talk about another strength that it has. It's range of motion for all sizes. Now, one quick thing I'll address here is I did hear a few people complain about this stopper here not going down all the way. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that just wasn't my experience. I'm about 5'11", and I can pretty easily go deep on the leg press with the safety stop. My wife is about 4'11", and she can go pretty deep on the leg press as well. And the safety spotter here in the middle does not interfere with either one of us. So range of motion on the leg press is good stuff. But the other one that I think is the big standout here is my hack squat range of motion. And for a compact machine, you gotta be thinking, well, I'm a pretty tall guy. Will this thing work for me? Like I said, I'm about 5'11". I'm not the tallest person in the world. When I extend all the way, I still notice quite a bit of guide rod space at the top for even the tallest of people to use this machine. And on top of that, I'm gonna show you another crazy feature of this machine. Your butt pad for your leg press comes out, and this allows you to go even deeper with your hack squat, which is awesome. We've talked about, you know, some of our hack squat range of motion problems with these other machines, and this is a great solution. It allows me to break 90 degrees and put my butt to the grass like you should be doing hack squats, and it's a comfortable, smooth movement all the way through. Now I'm going to talk about my leg press here for a little bit. I am going to be straight with you. It's not a big foot plate for your leg press. Just saying. It does give you enough room to do that standard style leg press. I do feel very comfortable doing a standard leg press with my feet where they are. If you're trying to get fancy with your leg press, well, to be honest with you, a compact model probably isn't what is for you anyways. And I'll tell you, on top of that, it's not the smallest plate I've ever seen on a compact model either. It's pretty standard stuff here. Your hack squat plate, however, it is pretty big, okay? It's a pretty big platform, and it is adjustable back here. It's got a couple adjustment points, but yes, as far as functionality goes, pretty smooth. Very capable and very comfortable. Now, just a couple of other outside things on this machine that I just wanted to cover before I let you go is your options for bands. You do have a couple of peg bands down here. This machine also comes with wheels on the back if you need to move it. Moving it is super easy, and there is a handle on the front for you to do so. And you do get a little bit of plate storage back here. It's not much, but you know, it's better than nothing. So my final assessment of this machine is I like it. I think it's a decent little leg press. If you just need something in that small space, I think it's an awesome buy for that purpose. And I think if you're a moderate lifter, it should hold up pretty well. Yeah. That's it. Hopefully we can test out some more stuff from GMWD. Till then, stay active, stay grinding, and don't forget to subscribe.